Chris Borgia is no stranger to elections in Durham, having run as the NDP candidate in the 2022 provincial election. On March 4th, you have the chance to elect him as the MP for Durham in the by-election that is on right now. The last MP for Durham, if no other by-elections are called. Chris is the president of the Durham Region Labour Council and is an electrician. Hello, my name is Steve Ray, and this is Exit 425. Chris, thank you for meeting me at Exit 425. I'm looking forward to our conversation.
Always a pleasure being here. I really do appreciate the invite, Steve.
Chris, why you? Why now? You're seeking to replace Aaron O'Toole as the MP for Durham. You ran against Todd McCarthy in the last provincial election and lost to Todd McCarthy. What is different about Chris Borgia now versus 2022?
Durham's where I grew up. I'm running to make changes. So many people were facing the same issues: affordability, rent evictions. These struggles are the same ones I'm facing. Transit, healthcare, affordability. I know some of these are provincial issues, but I see a lack of action across the country. These issues, they need to be brought forward at a federal level. These are national issues that people across our country are facing. So I want to make sure that Durham gets the attention it deserves in Ottawa. That's why I'm running.
And so why NDP? Because we have to consider the party that our candidates are from as well. So why NDP versus Conservative, Liberal, PPC, or the other four parties and independents that are running? Is there a danger in electing an MP that does not represent the governing party?
The NDP is the only party fighting for working class. The NDP have introduced bills to help fix homelessness, to bring down the cost of groceries, anti-scab legislation, dental care for seniors and persons under 18. We're fighting to bring in pharmacare for all Canadians. NDP is the only party that actually understands what the everyday working class Canadian is going through, and it's reflected in our actions. It's reflected in the MPs we get elected. Durham has had the same representation for so many years, and we've had the same results. It's time for a change, and it's really time that the people of Durham vote for the NDP.
The NDP in Ottawa is seen as propping up a disliked minority Liberal government. Some would rightly say that the NDP is seizing an opportunity to have some of its ideas put in place, and that is politics after all. What are you hearing at the door?
NDP's always been one to put people first. We've been holding the Liberals' feet to the fire to get dental care and to bring in pharmacare. It's going to affect all Canadians. This is a tactic that we've used for decades to bring about some of the greatest victories and changes for Canada. For example, if you want to talk about us getting healthcare, it's exactly what we did to get healthcare, and we're repeating the same plan here to bring forward, like I keep mentioning, amazing things like pharmacare. I'm going to keep mentioning pharmacare because it's one of the things I'm most excited about, and it's something that's going to really help out Canadians.
Truly, the NDP was, on the cutting edge of our what used to be a universal healthcare system. It would be difficult to argue that now, but so you see the mission of the NDP is still kind of that cutting edge, making sure that fighting for the well-being of people.
100% NDP. That's the one who's doing it. Great example is our bill to help lower grocery costs. We got it to second reading. Despite the Liberals voting against it, we still got it to second reading. And that's the kind of stuff that you're going to continue to see pushed through by the NDP to make sure that life for the working class is better and better.
So, while somebody might say NDP is propping up the minority government, rightly, you're seizing that opportunity, which is a legitimate opportunity to get those ideas pushed through, because those are the things that are true to the NDP values. Is that a correct statement?
You hit the nail right on the head with that one. It would be the same tactic we use. Doesn't matter which minority government we were with at the time.
Chris, what are your connections to Durham riding?
I was born and raised in Durham region. The riding is where I have so many of my fond memories: fishing on Lake Scugog, going for hikes, for picnics. going downtown Bowmanville. They got amazing restaurants. I want to bring what we have to Ottawa to make sure we get what we need here in Durham. It's a really unique place, and we're facing some unique challenges, and we need proper representation to make sure that we get what we want as the people of Durham.
You mentioned some unique challenges. What are some unique Durham issues that you intend to work to resolve if you're elected?
With more young folks looking for homes, we found our riding in a unique situation where transit's a huge priority, and yet people can't afford a home in the place that they grew up. I don't think it's right that the next generations have to completely uproot in order to find a place they can afford just to start their own family. They should be able to afford a home right here in Durham and have the transit they need to get to the jobs that they have and move around without having to incur much higher costs.
There are a lot of things that people care about. And what are the bigger picture issues that you and your party feel need to be addressed? And what is more important, the environment or the economy?
For me, one of the big picture issues is pharmacare. People deserve to have access to the meds they need when they need them. Our research has shown that there's cost savings. When people have the meds that they need, there's no more trips to the ER or to the hospital because a person can't afford their medication. There's no more need for cutting your pills in half just to make the prescription last longer. You'll get the medications you need when you need them. We need to look at the opportunities at protecting our environment while growing our economy. By investing in both, we invest in our future for our next generations.
The Prime Minister raised this next issue in his caucus rant about Jamil Javani and Pierre Poilievre. And I'm proud to say I had this question planned a week before he raised it. Now it's your turn. Is it about representing the riding to Parliament, or is it about representing or selling the party to the riding?
I'm here to represent the riding. The NDP is a party that I'm most identified with, but that doesn't mean that I agree with everything that the NDP is selling. I'm not one to air my dirty laundry, so those issues and concerns will be dealt with behind closed doors. But the most important thing in an election is to vote for the person that represents you in Ottawa. That's what I'm here to do. I'm going to bring Durham to Ottawa, not the other way around.
How does a candidate or a member reflect this belief or commitment of representing the riding to Parliament rather than the other way around?
You do it by working here, by being here, and by being available to the constituents and in the riding. My focus is Durham. When we're not sitting in Parliament, I'll be here. I'll be working and bringing forward what Durham needs. So there'll be involvement in community more so than just staying in Ottawa to do the work there. Having presence in your riding is what's most important so you can properly represent the riding.
Excellent. And any final thoughts, Chris?
I'm running in Durham because we need to make a change. We've been watching the same channel for so many years and it's starting to get boring and outdated. So it's time we change the channel.
Chris, thank you for meeting me at Exit 425 today. And how can people get in touch with you? Are there any more Coffee with Chris sessions coming up?
Actually, we have our next one on Saturday. So that is February 17th. We'll be at Tim Hortons, 1251 Simcoe Street North in Oshawa. So it's at the intersection of Simcoe and Taunton. We'll be there at 11 o'clock for Coffee and Chris. You're welcome to come out and meet me, and then we'll be off doing canvassing and meeting more people from the community.
That's fantastic. And is there a website or email that people can reach you at?
Yep, the easiest way to reach me is through my website. So I'm just going to grab a piece of paper to read it off properly. So it's Chris Borgia, borgia.ndp.ca. And then my email is chris.borgia, borgia, @ndp.ca.
That's awesome. Thank you so much. Appreciate you taking the time today to share these things and answer these questions. And best of luck throughout the rest of the campaign. It's a time of year with some sketchy weather, so hopefully it takes care of you while you're out canvassing. And once again, thank you very much for doing this.
Thank you for your time, and honestly, thank you for everything that you do and making sure people get all the information they need. So, yeah,
Awesome.
Thanks again.
And to those who are listening or watching, thank you for listening or watching to this episode of Exit 425. Please like and subscribe on whatever platform you use. Our mission is to provide substantial information and education that goes where you want, because it's where we live. Exit 425 is a production of Studio 38 Audio, copyright 2024. My name is Steve Ray. If you have any questions or would like more information about Exit 425, join our Exit 425 Facebook group, like the Facebook page, check out Instagram, Medium, X, and TikTok, or email me at exit425401@gmail.com. Exit 425, it's where we live.